Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Scum. It's been a while, but we're back here on Scum Island, and we're checking out a big update today. There was a big update just the other day, and it's really huge. There's a ton of new base building items. New vehicle came down. New clothing items. You can see my fancy red beret here, looking all badass, looking like a commando. Very cool. Like it. There's a lot to go through, several different building items that are new, and a really big one. I'm not going to show it to you yet. It's really awesome. It's my favorite part. But yeah, we're going to first start by getting through these base building items because there's some really cool new stuff here. First of all, we got new doors. Oh, yes. They're just like the old doors, more or less, but now you got these really nice windows that you can look through, which is a really welcome addition. Of course, you can upgrade these as always. Just like the old ones, go to wood, go to metal. Very cool. These are a welcome addition. Anything that kind of adds more of a immersive, homely kind of feeling to stuff is well looked for. We're happy to see that. Another one. These are really cool. You can now kind of role play as a jailer. You can make your own little barred windows, sort of like a prison, I guess. I'm not really sure what exactly you would want the bars for, but they're really cool. They add some depth to the game. More stuff is always better. Of course, you can go right through these. I haven't actually looked at all of the different ones. That was metal, got brick, and we got concrete. Very cool. Love to see it. Oh, that looks really robust, the concrete one. Straight up make a jail here. Of course, ceiling, same thing, get the bars. They redid. Listen, it's been a while since I've played Scum, but look how thick these walls are. All of the walls are really thick now. Was it always like that? Or I could have sworn that the stick wall was like really thin and kind of cheesy. But now all the walls are like really girthy. I don't know if that, I feel like that's new. I could be wrong. But yeah, new arrow slits. They're much better. They're just better looking. I really feel like these have been updated. Like I said, it's been a while since I've been back, so I'm not sure. But yeah, new arrow slit. You got a new regular window. These are really nice. Just kind of upgrade each one as we pass them, sort of show you what they look like as you go through. That's metal. There's brick. Concrete. These are all really cool. Some more like versatility stuff. I'm really glad to be seeing this. We've had the same like handful of parts for a long time. It's really nice to see these. These are ladder hatches, which is really cool. And of course they've added the new ladder, but these are really nice. This is really going to add a lot of different options for modularity in your bases. Before, if you wanted to build like a tower, you had to build that like spiral staircase, and it was really hard to get it into one of these 1x1 squares. So it's really cool to have the ladder now. Now you can just go straight up, build a tower. Very simple watchtower style. Another really cool part is these half walls. They're half walls with supports in them, so you can make those nice homely porches that everybody's wanted to build that were really hard to build before. So that's a really nice welcome addition. This is really going to add a lot of versatility to your base building. This is really awesome. Glad to see it. Let's see, what else? We've got these long L beams. These are really cool. So you can now have a larger open area for your, to build your structures up. So before you had, let's see, where is it? Right there? Before you had just this guy. So you're kind of stuck having like beams and stuff in the middle of your floor. Now you can have much nicer, more open floor plans. So this one's really good. I'm really excited to see this one. But yeah, that's I think that's it for just the basic parts, added parts. Oh, new chair. Got a new chair, completely redone. I think the bench or the stool was redone as well. But yeah, let's see. Oh, yes. So the higher level foundations, so like, so you start here with the stick foundation, so it's all open, and this was always really annoying. Because you would have to build something to kind of fill this in. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you still have to do it with the wood, but once you get past wood into metal, you can no longer just crawl into these. They now fill in instead of just being the supports there. So foundations are now like proper foundations, which is really cool. I'm really excited to see this. It's kind of a shame that the brick and concrete are so expensive, but it's kind of cool. It gives you something to build up to. You'll want to kind of plan your builds out, you know, because I think I'd probably just always end up doing a concrete just because I like the look of it. But like you could always plan out, do a brick foundation too. But it depends on your style, really. But yeah, that's a lot of cool stuff. A lot of new building materials. Very happy to see it. Forgive me if I kind of stumble through this. It's been a long time since I've done a Scum video or anything like this. So, but yeah, we're going to move on to my next demonstration here. This is... I'm really happy about this. I think this is my favorite part of the update. You can probably see, pretty obvious, you can now paint your bases. Now, not only can you paint your bases, this is actually much more in depth than you might think. You can paint all of your base elements, pretty much everything. If it's in this menu, you can pretty much paint it. I bet you could even paint the lantern. I don't know. I haven't tried that, but you can pretty much paint everything now. And not only can you paint everything now, but you can paint whichever side you choose. So say I don't want the inside to be white, I can make it red. And then the outside will stay white. So this is really versatile. It's really cool. I'm so glad they did this. I can't think of a game that has ever done this before. This is another, as far as I can tell, this is another Scum first. Like, this is really awesome. Game-changing stuff. Revolutionary. Absolutely incredible. And of course, look at this base. This is amazing. This really just adds so much depth to the game. This is probably the coolest base building addition that Scum has had since modular bases came to the game, really. I mean, it might even be cooler than when we got that big giant prefab cabin. This is absolutely incredible. Being able to pick and choose the colors, even you know, your wardrobes and everything. You can paint everything. I can paint this TV red if I want. Bam, we got a red TV now. Like, why not? You know, it's amazing. It's absolutely incredible. Same thing for these supports. You can paint this side, and then this side will stay white. It's amazing. You can be really flexible with this. You can really come up with some amazing color scheme ideas. This blew me away. I was not expecting this. I saw the post when they were talking about doing base painting, and Tomislav was saying they would only be able to make it work for one side, and I'm really glad to see that that's not true. They were able to pull it off. You can have two sides of different colors, which is just, that's incredible. It's really amazing. I'm glad they took the time to make that work, because it really, it ties it all together. It just wouldn't be the same if you could only do one side. Being able to have interior colors and exterior colors separate, it's just awesome. It's absolutely crazy. All right, moving on. Another new addition to the game is this guy right here. Car radios. I don't know why we needed this, but I'm here for it. It's cool. I'm happy with it. You can now remove the radio from your car and reinstall it. So if you come here, you hold, this is a little finicky, but if you hold the button, now this car's already got a radio in it. If you hold the button kind of sort of where the radio is, you can remove it. Bam. And if you got another one in your hand, you just install it. So that's pretty cool. I'm glad to see it. It's a very nice addition. Just more modularity. We're all for it. We want more. Just keep adding stuff like this, Scum. It's great. Speaking of modularity, the second like really big part to this update. Yeah. You see that? The ATV is back. And it is, of course, fully modular, just like all the other new vehicles. It's a completely new model, completely different from the old one. As always, I like to strip it completely down. I couldn't take any more off of this. I don't know. I feel like maybe there might be something else that comes off, but I kind of doubt it. But yeah, this is it, stripped down, nothing on it. This is everything you can remove from like the basic one that you'll find laying around. You got your lights and your bumpers and your wheels. It comes with a car battery right now. Imagine it's probably going to get its own battery, but no matter. There it is. So this is what it's going to look like minus the blue paint when it spawns. It's not going to have a whole lot of stuff. It's going to be pretty bare, but it's still really cool looking, really versatile quad. Now, once you get looting around the island and you start finding stuff, you'll find things like this. You got headlight covers for it, sort of shrouds that go around the headlights. So these are really cool. Kind of gives it more of a sporty racing sort of look. There's also these hand guards that you can find and attach. And this is really cool. If you take the medium vehicle storage rack and attach it to this, it morphs into this like, typical ATV storage box, which I can't remember, but I feel like that's the first time they've done that. Like you'll have one item. Let me see if I can remove that. You'll have one item and it looks like this. It's a wooden box. But when you, oh, come on, pick it up. When you pick it up and actually install it, it morphs into a completely new item, which is kind of cool. I like that. I'm down with it. I mean, I don't know if I should like it. It's kind of weird, but I like it. It's cool. Being able to have it saves on items in the world, I suppose. So it kind of makes sense. Like you who knows how many vehicles they're gonna add. You don't want to have like walk into a garage and say you're looking for just an ATV storage box, but all you're finding are pickup truck racks or something. You know what I mean? It kind of makes sense that you can find that one item and use it on multiple vehicles, and it kind of morphs into whatever it needs to be to suit it. So it's kind of cool. But yeah, moving on to the beast. So this body panel here, which I've removed, comes in a second version, and it's this one. This kind of angular, sort of Humvee looking military version, which is really cool. It's got the bars on it and the flat steel panels. This armor plate is separate. You have to loot that, so you can take that off. It's very nice. When you take it off, it's got these really ugly grab bars. I don't like them, but whatever. I guess it's function over form for some things. But yeah, everything about the military version is just a little bit different than the civilian. Even the taillights are different. Of course, I've given this one a nice camo paint scheme. When you find this body kit, it'll be just green. And of course, you'll have to paint the top part. This whole part here will stay yellow. Where the seat is, this front cowling, that will stay yellow. So it'll look kind of ugly till you find yourself a can of paint to sort of fill it in and give it a nice camo. But yeah, let's talk about the performance of these things, because they're kind of crazy. They're kind of crazy. Let's check it out real quick. I know I'm trying not to take forever, but I kind of want to show this. My skill is not great. This might take a second to get it started. You can do donuts for days in this thing. Look at this. Woo-hoo. It's really squirrely, but it's kind of cool. Like, you'll be able to like really evade fire when you're on these things. They're really nippy. The acceleration is really good. They're a little bit drifty. You got to be careful. But they're actually quite controllable. Now, I don't know if I've done something wrong, but I cannot injure myself when driving this. I don't know if they've turned vehicle damage off or what. Like I said, it's been a while since I've played Scum, as a lot of you know. But I can't seem to injure myself when I'm riding it. But yeah, so same thing with the other storage, right? You take this off, it's just a wooden box. But when you reinstall it, oh, it's gone on the front. It morphs into this, like, tailored item just for the vehicle, which I think is really cool. I really like that. Actually, I kind of like that on the front. That's kind of nice. So yeah, it's really cool. I'm really happy with the ATVs. Can I put this on the front maybe? No, just this one. I'm really happy with the ATVs. They've done a really good job. Welcome edition. Glad to have it back. Oh, real quick before I forget. The other part, you got your wheel armor, of course, but the front is supposed to have a spike and a plow available for it. But I guess there was an issue where when you installed it and drove the ATV, it would fall through the map. So they've held that back for a little bit. That's coming as soon as they get the bugs worked out. But yeah, moving on. Oh, by the way, you can also vault through these base windows. Just want to say, Tomislav and the other devs, if you're gonna have this be an option, we should get some shutters. You could take like these double doors, shrink them down, make them look like shutters, and then we can attach them to the windows like the base fortifications. Oh, and that reminds me, you can now install. Oh my god, this update video is gonna be all over the place. You can now install base fortifications. Whoop. I'm terrible at the game. Oh my god, what am I doing? Base fortifications on Windows, and also these can do it on this one too. On these half walls, we'll just put it on this one. This one's a little finicky. So that's really cool. You can kind of board these up, and that'll stop people from vaulting through your windows, but it's, let's be honest, they're ugly as hell, right? I mean, I like to build nice looking bases. I don't know about you. I guess if you like playing just PvP servers, it doesn't really matter that much to you. But I like to build like a proper house and have it look like you could actually live there comfortably. So, Tomislav, other devs, if you're listening, can we please get some lockable shutters? That would be really awesome. Please and thank you. All right, this is a really big update. I'm trying to keep it quick, like I said. There's some other stuff that I'm just going to mention briefly. We might do separate videos on these. I'm not sure yet. There is a first-time user experience now. I think that's what they call it, FTUE. Basically, it's a setting. You turn it on, and it makes you spawn in an area that's not really super dangerous or has like scarce resources. It's just to give new players, people that are new to the game, a better time when they're getting started. So that's kind of cool. Bicycles are now going to spawn with 2 wheels instead of, one or none. So that'll be really good. There's always bicycle frames just laying around that nobody ever bothers with because the wheels are impossible to find. The other thing, real quick, rare loot now has a respawn timer. There's a little bit more to it than that. There's some server settings and stuff that people will have to mess with to kind of tweak it. But yeah, basically the way they explained it, go to a PD, you loot the weapon box, and you find an MP5. You're not going to be able to just leave the area, wait a few minutes, come back and find another MP5. That rare item now has a cooldown on it, and you've got to wait for that to expire. They say this is to encourage people to kind of move on and loot other areas and not just hang out farming rare loot. I don't know that that's really an issue. I've never heard of anybody farming rare loot like that. I didn't know that was a thing, but maybe it is. I'm not sure. But I guess it's a good way to fix it, right? I don't think this is really going to affect people much. I think most people do just kind of move around the map, so I don't know. Anyway, moving on. Right, guys, another part of this big update is a stealth update. I've turned on the puppet localization markers to kind of show you where they are, to kind of help you visualize this. Basically, what they've done is made suppressors useful again. So if I fire a shot in the air, they are not alerted, which is really nice. Now, if I go ahead and then remove this suppressor, they are now coming, which is cool. I'm really happy with this because before they would just come running. All right, so the next major part of the update, I'm unfortunately not going to be able to show you because it's kind of bugged for me right now. And that, of course, is the dropships. This has been a really highly anticipated addition to the game. And for some reason, some people aren't able to spawn them. I'm not sure what's causing it. Yes, I do have them enabled on my single player save, and I have been to other servers that have them enabled, but unfortunately I'm just not able to make it work. Yeah, I have all the dropship stuff enabled, they just don't spawn for me. But how it works is if you have a base with 100 or more base elements, it's supposed to spawn. I think it drops a mech off, and they kind of tag team your base until they break it down to 50 elements or less, and then it leaves. The other way it spawns is if you go into an abandoned bunker and set off one of the alarms. When you try to leave, it will block your way out and attack you. And then, let's see, what else was there? Oh, if you go to the B2 airfield and kill a mech, it will then fly a new mech in to replace it. And then supposedly they can just be found kind of roaming around the map. I haven't seen any of those either, any of the naturally just spawning ones. So I'm not sure. There's always this little guy. He's always here. Yeah, the dropships don't seem to work for me. Maybe they're just super rare. I have heard that it's rare. I've heard that it doesn't work on single player. I've heard a lot of things. I'm not sure. I'm gonna put up footage as I run my trap, as I talk about it, to kind of show you what an encounter would look like. But I am unfortunately not able to show you any footage of my own. But yeah, that's that. Kind of a bummer. It is what it is. The other thing that we didn't cover yet is the new UI. If you look in the lower left corner, you'll see it's been cleaned up a lot. It's been simplified. If you go to your options menu and go to game, scroll all the way to the bottom, you now have a quick access and a life indicator section. You can set it to transparent, move the slider all the way down to 10%, and then it will be almost invisible, not quite invisible, but if you let the indicators get down to 50% or less, your stats, they will be bright again. They'll fill right back in and you'll be able to see them. So it's kind of cool. It really declutters everything. When you hit your different keys, they highlight. You can see there. So, you know, it's kind of nice. I myself am a fan of just hitting the old minus key on the numpad and getting rid of it completely. But, you know, there are people that will like this. It's pretty cool. And having it kind of in general cleaned up is nice. Although I do think I'm going to miss having the old skeleton on screen. Because I liked seeing that. It was kind of cool if you had like a foot injury or something, it'd be red and show up. But now you're going to have to go in here for all that, which is, you know, it's fine. It's kind of cool. I'm down with it. I'm good. But yeah, I think that's going to do it for this one. Hopefully I covered everything. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. But yeah, that's the new update. What do you guys think? You guys like the quads? I'm really happy to see the quads back. I like that they're like a complete redesign too. It's not just reskinned. It's really cool. Base building, being able to paint your elements, that's kind of the highlight for me, honestly. That's my favorite part of the update. I'm really excited to see what other people are going to come up with too. There's going to be some crazy bases out there now. You can, of course, put the camo on these as well, I do believe. I do believe that's possible. Maybe it's not. Let's clear it. Let's try it real quick. I'm not sure. I thought maybe you could. Maybe it's just walls. Maybe it's walls. Paint. Yeah. Anyway, that'll all come out in the woodwork, right? Haha. But anyway, you guys, we're going to end the video there. Sorry for this crazy cluttered update video. Normally I've got them a little more fleshed out, but this was kind of short notice for me. I've been quite busy with other stuff. So yeah, back to Scum. We'll probably try to do a video every now and then on Scum now that they're really kind of picking up, working on it. There are rumors that the puppet fiasco is going to be sorted out soon. I don't know. They say they're going to rework the horde system. I'm hoping that means that they've kind of, for lack of a better word, learned their lesson on the puppets. People don't like them. They're not into it. People want to be immersed when they play a survival game like this, and the puppets are just, they're not immersive. But we're not going to get into that. I've got a whole video about what's wrong with the puppets, so we're going to avoid that for now. But anyway, if you're new here, please consider subscribing and dropping a like on the video. It's free, and it just ensures you get to see the next one. We are at 958 subscribers, which is really cool. Almost to 1,000. It'd be really cool to hit that by like beginning of the fall, end of the summer sometime. It'd be really nice. I think we can do it. We're really close. And we'll be a real YouTuber by then, the fabled 1,000. So that'd be really cool. But anyway, we're going to end it there, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.